So I just saw this tweet right here on my timeline, and I just had to speak on it for a numerous amount of reasons. The Asia community, let me just tell y'all something right now. Y'all are not above catching the smoke that we give to Dub S on a daily basis. And y'all have been showing your ass lately. I don't know where it came from, but we gonna get you in line. We gonna get you in check. And it's like they're coming out in droves now to try to come up with this narrative that they're so meek and innocent and that everyone should rally behind them. Scratch that. Not everyone, but black people in particular. So this person's name is Laura Huang. I never heard of her, but she put this tweet up and it went viral. And it says, I want to see how passionately people, including other POC, will stand up for Asians. Those of you who, now, here's the trick bag. She said, I want to see how passionately people, including other POC, y'all know I don't like that term, will stand up for Asians. Those of you who were so vocal with BLM, where are you on the 1900% increase in Asian directed hate crimes? The violence that has taken many lives, yet we rarely see those stories covered in the media. Let's try to break down what she just said. She says, I want to see how passionately people, including other POC, I'm not lumping black people into that. So the other groups, when she says other POC, I'm taking us out of POC, will stand up for Asians. Those of you who were so vocal with BLM, where are you on a 1900% increase in Asian directed hate crimes? Basically what she's saying is, if y'all can talk about black people and everything they going through, why can't you do the same for people who are in the Asian community? Meanwhile, there's many people in the Asian community that wouldn't even talk up about black people. As a matter of fact, some of them will help perpetuate the stereotypes about black people, and some will even aid in the murder of black people, i.e. that story I just recently did about the PC boy and the Asian boy who murdered that Senegalese family in California, burnt their house down and killed 5 family members, except I think 3 of them that were able to escape, and one of them was a toddler that wasn't even a year old. Is that not a hate crime? Or we can reach back a little bit further and talk about Peter Liang and how he murdered a kind girlie in that stairwell, and how the Asian community came out in droves and made him dodge literally at the last minute what would have been a 20-year prison sentence. Let's go back even further. When you had that Asian store owner who shot and murdered Latasha Hollins back in 1991 in the back of the head because she accused her of stealing some orange juice. Need I say more? And another one is the one over in Africa, the one who said that he wasn't going to allow African residents to come to his business after a certain time. And what did they do? They went right back to his business and burnt it down. So don't sit up here and think because you have the title of the model minority that you cannot act out and be racist your damn self. And let's be real here. They didn't start talking about hate crimes against Asians until last year when WUVIC popped off and you had 45 calling it the Kung flu and the Chinese flu. Well, I'm not a big fan of 45, but was he wrong? Is that not where it came from? I bet y'all had so many jokes when Ebola was around. But now we're supposed to just stop and be on your side. Isn't it amazing how whenever something happens to another group, we are the ones that has to stop doing what we have going on and have to focus on picking up the slack for them? It's crazy that they hate us so much, but they like to hop onto anything or any bandwagon we got going on. We can't even grieve or mourn in peace without them having to talk about, well, we see that you got something going on over here, but we need a little bit of help over here. No, help your damn self. Hold your own goddamn chopsticks and wontons, egg rolls, and whatever else, French, I was gonna say French, fried rice, whatever. Hold your own goddamn wok. We got too much other stuff going on over here with us that we are not dropping our bag anymore to help pick up the slack for another group of people. We cannot afford to do that. And if you are one of those people who are doing that, good luck to you. Will they do the same for you? Probably not. Most likely not. She went on to say the violence that has taken many lives, yet we rarely see those stories covered in the media. I thought y'all had a media. Why aren't they covering it? It's crazy. I thought they were really in bed with PC, but apparently PC is not in bed with them. They in bed alone. The other side of that bed is about as bottom as is about as cold as the bottom of the lake. Let's see what else, because she went on. She said some more stuff. Speak up and speak loudly against all racism. Imagine what can happen when we amplify each other's voices. That's another trick bag. When they say speak against all racism, they're really talking about them. Now, how did she go from talking about racism or hate crimes against Asians to now saying against all racism? And when you say all racism, Laura, who are you talking to? And who are you talking for and who are you talking against is the question. So you got to really ask these questions because they leave very vague talking points. Now she went on to say, just to be clear, did I mention BLM? Yes. Let's stop right there. I'm not a fan of BLM. Y'all know that. But why is it every single time any other group that's non-white has to mention BLM whenever something about racism comes up or something of a plight has to be mentioned? The Hispanics do it. The Asians are, as you can see, are doing it right here. I don't know about the natives. They probably do it too. And when PC bring it up, they try to be sarcastic and they always like to link them with Antifa. And as far as us over here, we don't really rock with BLM like that, or pretty much at all, because we know what their end game is. We know what their narrative is. Their narrative is written all up and down the goddamn website. At least the non-edited version of it is. Am I blaming black people? No, I am absolutely not. I think she is. See, the thing is, they know that black people are some of the most oppressed people in this nation. But now you have other groups of people, even white people, who are trying to fight for an oppressed spot just so black people can stop talking. Notice she said a 1900% increase of hate crimes against Asians. But I have really yet to see Asians go through what black people go through. I have yet to see them being shot unarmed by the police, being lynched, and I mean literally lynched. You know, the same ones that they try to say black people commit suicide from. I've yet to see them, go through Jim Crow or any other atrocity that specifically targeted black people in this nation. Did Asians go through something? Yes, they did. But guess what they went through it with? They went through it with other white people. You know, the same people that they are so buddy-buddy with now? It's amazing how they try to spin everything. And this is why Laura Huang, why people are going in on your ass right now. People are flaming her ass, by the way. Don't think that because she has these retweets and these likes and stuff that people are agreeing with her. Some people are, but many are not. Many people are going in on her, and rightfully so. She said, my message is pretty much aimed at all my quote unquote woke friends who have mysteriously gone quiet when they were virtuously advocating for anti-hate months ago. Pay attention to that when she said woke in quotations. You can't tell me she wasn't talking about black people when she said that shit. She's speaking in code speak subliminally, but if you know code speak, you can decipher her code. And I know code speak because I use it on my channel all the time. That's how I protect my intellectual property. She said, my message is pretty much aimed at all my quote unquote woke friends who have mysteriously gone quiet when they were so virtuously advocating for anti-hate months ago. And when I say that, she's probably talking about George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, or Ahmaud Arbery, Rayshard Brooks, Jacob Blake. She's probably talking about them. See, here's the thing. They feel that if they come out and quote unquote support so-called black movements or incidents or cases where black people are at a disadvantage, that they should get the same in return. The thing is, this is not something that's supposed to be done as in favors. It's just called being a good human being. That's really all that it boils down to. It's not, oh, if you do this, I'll do this for you. It should be natural. Right here, it sounds like she's trying to tell black people, because that's who she's talking to. Don't let her run that game and say that she's not. She is. She's trying to tell black people, or almost demand that black people be on the side of the Asian community when something falls before them. But have they really given us a reason? And to be honest, to the Asian community, we didn't even ask you to be on our side. You willingly decided to do it because you believe in this rainbow coalition. We didn't ask you to, be out there. You chose that. You chose to do that. You made that decision. Then she went on to say, my message simply is don't be silent. Well, my message to you, Laura, is I don't have to say anything about anything that I don't want to, and your ass or no one else can make me feel any other type of way. So there's that. Don't be silent. Get the fuck out of here. Let's see what else she said. Speak up and speak loudly against all races. Imagine what can happen when we amplify each other's voices. Well, y'all have a very good percentage of people out there. Y'all can amplify each other's voices. Now, let me show you how much of a fake person she is. Let me pause this right quick. Now, I did not type this into the search bar, but someone else did, and I'm glad I scrolled down far enough in the thread to find this, even when I wasn't looking for it. But look at this. Someone typed Black Lives Matter into the search bar and put her name next to it. Now, on Twitter, in case y'all don't know, if you type in a person's username and a certain hashtag or just a phrase or even a word, a bunch of stuff will come up from past tweets. So someone put Black Lives Matter into the search bar from @Laura Huang LA, which is the woman's account we just saw. It says no results of her talking about Black Lives Matter on this platform ever since she's been on here, but she wants to call out BLM to come rally behind the Asian community that's facing all these hate crimes. And I say BLM in quotations because she's really talking to black people here. She wants them to come out and rally behind the Asian community because they're facing all this hate, this uptick in hate crime, but she didn't even have Black Lives Matter anywhere in any tweets that she's put out there. Fake, phony, access denied. Man, they telling themselves each and every time. I'm going to go ahead and end the video on that note because I have nothing left to say. I think I got all my points out. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please make sure that you text the number that is pinned down in the comments below so you can receive notifications every time I upload a new video.